In this app, or in this tutorial, we're going to be showing you how to create this barcode and how to shrink this down. Here's what's happening. If we go to our app, this button is ginormous, okay? And you can see how it's taking up the page. So you don't want to have large icons on your app, because the bigger they are, the more memory they take. And if you suck up a lot of memory, your app's going to run really slow. In our case, it may not even come through when we do a scan barcode, because there is a limit in MIT. So what we want to do here is shrink this button down so we don't use so much memory. So I'm going to show you how to do that in GIMP. So you're going to go back to your folder, right click on this, edit with GIMP, and we're going to see what size it is in GIMP. When you look at this button in GIMP, you're figuring out this button's 512 by 512. Remember, our screen is only 300 by 400. This button is huge. You with me? So we want to shrink this button down. So there's a tool over here on your left-hand toolbox if you have your toolbox open. And about halfway down, right underneath the scalpel, it's called the scale tool. You want to right-click on the scale tool to the top left-hand corner, and you want to start to drag this down slowly. I wouldn't go too fast because GIMP can get bogged down in memory. You can also let go over here and say, you know, I want this to be reduced. You know, you can just use your mouse, and maybe you want it to be 60 by 60. Okay? I don't know why I use 60 by 60 all the time, but it seems like a good number. So I'm going to make this 60 by 60, which is quite a reduction from 512 by 512. Are you guys with me on this? Okay, now watch this. This gets kind of complicated here. I'm going to go ahead, once I get it set 60 by 60, I'm going to hit scale. Okay, now, do you see how you got that big, huge checkerboard still behind it? You don't want that there, because then that checkerboard would still take up memory. So watch this. You go to your really cool, this is one of my favorite tools over here, the scalpel tool. Okay, it's also called the crop tool. You're going to click on your crop tool. You may want to blow this up, okay, because it's easier to crop a little bit bigger. You want to start on the top left corner. You want to go down, and you guys can see, if you look down at the very bottom, you're going to see rectangle 60 by 60. If this is, you guys see the rectangle at the bottom? See how it's changing? Okay. Well, I missed there, so Control Z. All right. Uh-oh. Control Z. All right, so let me go back. I'll zoom back out. All right. So it probably messed up my crop. Yeah, it's still 500 by 500. So let me go ahead and do this again. You get to see it one more time. So right corner. Drag it down. You can type in 60. Type in 60. And you can hit scale. Okay. So that should be a 60 by 60 scale, even though it doesn't look like it. Okay. Does it? Okay, so let me go ahead and just do this manually again. Okay, I'm going to start in the top left-hand corner, and I'm going to scale it down. 60 by 60 should be pretty small. Okay. And sometimes GIMP has problems with this, so you got to kind of go slowly, because remember, GIMP takes up a lot of memory. So sometimes you got to just go slowly with it and not screw up your memory in GIMP. Then hit scale, and that should be pretty small there. Do you guys see it? And now I'm just going to take my crop tool, and that's my little scalpel, and I'm going to try to create a perfect rectangle around that. Now I missed there. So oh man, it took me all the way back to that. I don't want to do that. So let me go scale again. Okay. So you want to go up to 60 by 60. Hit scale. Okay. Oh man, now it's off the side of the page. See if I can drag it a little bit. Okay, there it is. Now I'm going to go control and zoom in a little bit so I can get a perfect 60 by 60 crop. I'm going to go to my crop tool, go to the very top left-hand corner. I'm going to try to go perfectly around this box, and you can see down there my rectangle is perfectly 60 by 60. I let go, watch this, I double click right in the center of it. Boom. And now that is a 60 by 60 image. I got rid of all that stuff around it, and now I can go File. Um, let's go to Export As, and I can say this is my new barcode, but now it's not 512, so I'm going to say this is 60 by 60. So I'll just put a 60 in here, and I'm going to hit Export. Export, and you want to make sure it's got good quality. So this shouldn't mess up our app, and this should give us, all right, so now I can go ahead and in my app, I'm going to go to Image, Upload, choose a file, go back and choose, there's my 60. Notice how it's a lot smaller now. Hit Open and hit OK, and there it is. Okay, now it's 60 by 60, and like right here, I'm going to go ahead and replace this one also so it doesn't take up so much room. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. And then if you guys go down in here like media, you can go to this 512 and hit delete. You don't want it sitting in there taking up memory. Are you with me on that? Okay, that might have been my problem why this wasn't. So I'm going to go to my BTN teacher barcode, and I'm going to do the same thing. Image, barcode 60, hit OK. Notice there's text in there. You don't want that text. You hit delete, and that's it. Okay, that's a good looking button. Now you can just hit these buttons, and you can get your scanner to scan in the student number. Okay,